The truth is that your wealth, abundance already exists because there is a multiple version of realities that coexist in this moment, and there is a version of you that is already wealthy, that is already abundant, that is already free, that is already experiencing that beautiful lifestyle right now in this moment. Just like the entanglement, the quantum entanglement phenomenon is talking about two particles that essentially behave in the identical way, even though they are separated and there is a time and space in between. They interact between each other simultaneously, like there is no separation whatsoever. This is the same principle that can be applied to you, your current version of you, and that parallel version of you that is already wealthy and abundant, because these two versions of you are connected through consciousness. If the reality contains multiple timelines and there is a reality with a wealthy, abundant version of you, the question is not whether the wealth and abundance already exist, because the timeline is here. There is already the timeline. The creation is finished. The creation already is done. The question is, what is that current version of you that is choosing this specific timeline? Do you represent the version of you, the identity that is living in a timeline of struggle, that is living in a timeline of hard work, hustle and grind, forcing, pushing, working so hard? Or are you living in a timeline where you are manifesting wealth and abundance and freedom effortlessly because you are the magnet, because you are the source? The difference is the identity, because your identity dictates the frequency, and the frequency dictates the physical experience in 3D reality. It's not about whether the timeline is here. It's about whether you embody the identity that corresponds to that frequency of the wealthy version of you in the now. The version of you who is making 50,000 a month is a very different version of you than the version of you who is making 2 million a month. These two versions of you have absolutely different experience as a result of the level of consciousness, as a result of the level of frequency they embody. Because of that, they manifest different clients, different outcome, different reach, different visibility. Everything is different lifestyle. It's about aligning with the frequency, aligning with the version of you, with the identity who is able to hold wealth and abundance, who is able to regulate nervous system, who feels safe when you hold this next level of wealth. It's about aligning with that frequency of the identity who feels safe in this new level of abundance. If you don't feel safe, if you still feel threatened, if you still feel like the next level is gonna cause you some harm, or there is some sort of danger connected with that expansion, you will not allow that expansion. So it's about removing the limitation, and it's about removing these blocks that are standing in a way so you can merge with that identity that is actually safely able to collapse into wealth. Wealth is not about forcing. Abundance is not about forcing. It's about removing that is standing in a way so you become the frequency match to that next level of you. So how do we become that frequency? How do we become that frequency match so you can merge with wealth? It's about awareness. What is your current state of identity? Are you someone who is afraid of success, and why? Are you someone who is addicted to survival mode? Because you can't really sit in two chairs at the same time. You can't really sit in that survival mode and at the same time expect to expand. You can't expand and live in survival at the same time. Recently, I made a video where I did talk about how you actually expand and how essential it is to exit the survival mode. Because for years I was actually addicted to that survival mode as an immigrant, someone who came to this country with nothing and was able to go to law school, one of the best law schools in the country, graduate and build my own law firm. I was literally addicted to that struggle and that survival. And that survival can actually stay with you even though you build success, because you literally are addicted to that hustle, fight or flight mode that is actually in you. These are the first 3 chakras in your body. And that's how you know that you are addicted, because you cannot really imagine any other way. You think that making money and building successful life requires hustle and grind, and you just think it's all you who is holding it together, right? That's the control. That is the ego. Can't really imagine it any other way. This is blocking you from the next level of wealth, because the next level of wealth sits in a different frequency. It's about expansion. It's about growth. It's about actually aligning with that larger part of you that is connected to that divine infinite intelligence that is guiding you. It's something like you jumping on a wave and let the wave take over. It's like collapsing into this beautiful dance of possibilities and opportunities that will land and they will surprise you. So it's about co-creation with the universe. It's about collaboration with the universe. That is actually surrendering. That is the feminine in you. That's the feminine energy in you that wants to take you there. So what's required is to exit the survival. As you are exiting the survival, you're essentially exiting the first 3 chakras. As you are exiting the first 3 chakras, you enter in your heart, which is the 4th chakra. That is the feminine energy. That is the surrender. That is when you are merging and you're becoming whole, right? So you're exiting that polarities, duality, and you're becoming whole. And you're actually becoming one. You're becoming one with that intelligence around you. And that's when you are literally surrendering to the universe, to the larger part of you. And that is how you are starting to riding the wave. So this is actually that moment when you are raising the frequency. As you are raising the frequency and you are coming to your heart, you are actually becoming the one with everything around you. That's when you start feeling whole. And that is the frequency that you need to be at. As you're going up, then you start sharing and so on. So what's important is to understand that you're not separated from it. You are part of it. That version of you who is already wealthy and abundant is here. It starts with deciding and claiming it now. As you become aware, what is that identity that I embody in this moment, then I can change it. The moment I identify the identity and I'm becoming aware of my blocks, my fears, my limitations, I can gently and lovingly let them go. And then as you create space in your life with your daily practice, meditation practice, and you start literally choosing that different timeline in your meditation practice, you start feeling into it, you start visualizing, you start seeing it, you start actually reprogramming your subconscious mind. That's when it starts sinking in. That's when you start shifting into that new identity. That new identity has different set of thinking, feeling, thoughts, habits, expectations, observations, also align action. So then as a result of that, you start taking aligned action that is aligned with that new timeline. The new timeline that is already wealthy, that is already abundant. And that is how you collapse into wealth. And if you actually want to go deeper, I am opening up a few spots for one-on-one mentorship with me. There is going to be application link below. If you have any comments, questions, please post them below, and I'll see you in my next video.